Hello everyone. Good morning, all of you. So let's begin. Let's start. So I hope that you might have joined. Nobody has left, and if anybody's left, they will join back. Uh, so let's start. So in previous class, we people were talking about group discussion. Before going to group discussion, I'd like to tell you about unit test number 1 and assignments writing. Just wait for 1 minute. I will share the screen. Okay, so let me know if you are able to see the screen. So on the screen, you are able to
Yes, sir.
see. Let me change the um, same second F teaching diary. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you come here, you'll get this additional study material here. So in that, all recording lectures are here, and syllabus. If you want to get syllabus of professional communication, you will get here. If you click on this, you will get the syllabus here, and notes. So if you wanted to prepare for unit test first, okay, so you can prepare from these notes. So if you click on this, you people will be getting one notes PDF, and you people have to prepare for this unit test on based on these notes. So these notes are prepared by Dr. D.S. Chaudhary. So if you go through these notes and if you find that something is difficult or if it is not understandable or if I have not spoken of it, you can feel free to ask me if any questions there about anything. Then there are some MCQs also at the end of these notes. You people will get some MCQs based on pronunciation, intonation, stress, and rhythm. So you people just prepare all those MCQs also. Answers are given here. So you have to prepare so that you people can be ready for unit test or maybe for ISC as well. There will be no difficulty for you. Okay, so is it clear about notes?
Yes, sir.
So now I will go back and we'll talk about now assignments. So when you go below this, you'll get the link all 12 assignments. Okay, so when you click on these assignments, so you'll open a folder. This is a folder, and in that folder you'll get everything from assignment number 1 to assignment number 12 that you people will get here, and how to complete it. Some guidelines are given here. So is it visible? Guidelines for writing assignments.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for assignment number 1, take any PPT, any one PPT out of 5, take its print with handout. So rather than, I will not wanted to you people follow this. What you people can do instead of this, you people can make one PPT. Okay, you can make a PPT on any topic. Don't take, because here you people are getting the PPT. So when you go here, you people, if you click assignment number 1, then you people are going to get these 5 examples which are of PPTs. They are converted into PDF, but they are PPTs. PPT on 3D internet, blue eyes technology, cloud computing, CSC cryptography, presentation on cybercrime. So these are some of the topics which are already given you. And it is said that you have to take printout of this and then you have to cut these slides and you have to paste it into notebook. So don't do this. What you can do, You people have to make your own PPTs. You can choose different topics and 8 to 10 slides you have to add, and you can convert that PPT into PDF and you can upload it on the link which will be given to you. Okay, so will it be okay for you if you make?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you don't follow this. What I have highlighted in yellow color, you don't follow this guideline. Okay, मराठीत सांगतो की काय करणार आहात तुम्ही, एक पीपीटी तयार करायची, टॉपिक कुठलाही आपल्या आवडीचा निवडायचा आणि त्याच्यावरती 8 ते 10 स्लाइडची एक पीपीटी तयार करायची आणि ती ज्या लिंक वरती दिलेली असेल त्या लिंक वरती अपलोड करायची पीडीएफ मध्ये कन्वर्ट करून. इथं काय सांगितलेलं आहे की इथं दिलेल्या 5 ज्या काही पीपीटीज आहेत त्याची प्रिंट आउट घ्यायची आणि त्या प्रिंट आउट वरून ते कट करायचं आणि ते नोटबुक मध्ये चिकटवून मग ते तुम्हाला अपलोड करायचं. तर ते करण्यापेक्षा तुम्ही स्वतःची पीपीटी करून अपलोड करू शकता किंवा whatever तुम्हाला जर वाटलं हे तुम्हाला सोपं आहे तर you can do this or you can make PPT and upload it. Whatever you can do, you have freedom. Okay, then let's go to here for assignment number 2. Assignment number 2 साठी काय करायचं बघा, take any one topic of group discussion out of 5. So इथं तुम्ही जर assignment number 2 मध्ये आला तर again you people are getting 5 different topics. ग्रुप डिस्कशन साठी तुम्हाला एक 5 वेगवेगळे टॉपिक इथे दिलेले आहेत. त्या 5 पैकी तुम्हाला कुठलाही एक चूज करायचं. इथं 5 दिलेले, 5 पैकी सपोज आय वांटेड टू चूज दिस वन. सो यू पीपल विल गेट दिस टॉपिक दॅट कॅशलेस इकॉनॉमी, इज इंडिया रेडी फॉर ट्रान्सफॉर्मेशन. हा ग्रुप डिस्कशन साठीचा टॉपिक आहे. ओके, आणि त्याच्यावरचे हे व्ह्यूज तुम्हाला दिलेले आहेत अँड तुम्हाला इथं काही करायचं नाही. यू टू राईट ॲज इट इज. काय करायचंय, यू टू राईट ॲज इट इज, काही चेंज न करता. पण instead of just getting out of these 5, you can choose one and you have to write it down in notebook and you have to make its PDF and upload. Okay, assignment 2 बद्दल clear झालं सगळं?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll see now for assignment number 11. 11 मध्ये काय करायचं बघा, ऑन प्रिसिज रायटिंग सेम जे ग्रुप डिस्कशन साठी होतं तसंच प्रिसिज रायटिंग साठी सुद्धा असणार आहे. की ज्यावेळेस यू विल गो टू असाइनमेंट नंबर 11, इथं आलं की तुम्हाला एक पीडीएफ मिळते. इथं या पीडीएफ मध्ये 5 एक्झाम्पल दिलेत प्रिसिज रायटिंगचे. प्रिसिज रायटिंग मध्ये समरी रायटिंग आहे. हा एक पॅरेग्राफ दिलाय तर त्याची समरी इथं खाली दिलेली आहे. असे 5 एक्झाम्पल दिलेले, त्यापैकी तुम्हाला काय करायचंय, यू हॅव टू चूज वन, कुठलंही एक चूज करायचंय अँड यू पीपल हॅव टू राईट इट डाऊन इन टू नोटबुक. दोन्ही लिहा, पॅरेग्राफ आणि त्याचं प्रिसिज, हे दोन्ही लिहायचं आणि त्याचं स्कॅन करून अपलोड करायचं पीडीएफ. 11 मध्ये काय करायचं कळालं का, असाइनमेंट नंबर 11 मध्ये?
Yes, sir.
आणि आता लास्ट आहे रिमेनिंग असाइनमेंट साठी. फॉर रिमेनिंग असाइनमेंट्स कॉपी द सेम कंटेंट ॲज इट इज अँड राईट ऑन असाइनमेंट पेजेस और इन नोटबुक. मग राहिले ज्या काही असाइनमेंट्स असतील 1 to 12 पर्यंतच्या, जे आपण तीन साठी डिस्कस केलं. असाइनमेंट 1 साठी तुम्ही स्वतःची पीपीटी करा आणि पीडीएफ मध्ये कन्वर्ट करून अपलोड करा. असाइनमेंट 2 साठी 5 टॉपिक दिलेले आहेत, 5 पैकी एकच लिहायचं आहे. असाइनमेंट 11 साठी प्रिसिज रायटिंगला सुद्धा 5 एक्झाम्पल दिले आहेत, 5 पैकी एकच लिहायचं आहे. आणि राहिलेले जे काही असाइनमेंट्स आहेत ते तुम्हाला ऍज इट इज लिहायचे आहेत. पण आता ऍज इट इज लिहायचे म्हणजे काय, समजा फॉर एक्झाम्पल तुम्ही आपण लेट्स गो टू असाइनमेंट नंबर 3 मध्ये जाऊ. तर वेन यू पीपल विल कम हिअर यू विल गेट की फ्रिक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन्स आहेत, इंटरव्ह्यू मध्ये विचारले जाणारे क्वेश्चन्स आहेत. तर तिथे तुम्हाला एक फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आहे की टेल मी अबाउट युअर सेल्फ, हा एक क्वेश्चन आहे. ओके, तर इथे तुम्हाला ब्लँक दिलेत बघा, आय एम डॅश 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 असं दिलंय, आय एम फ्रॉम डॅश डॅश. ते डॅश डॅश तुम्ही आय असंच ठेवणार का, यू हॅव टू फिल इट विथ युअर ओन इन्फॉर्मेशन. तर मी ते काय लिहिणार मग तुम्ही, आय एम नंतर
Name.
yes your
Name,
own name,
full name,
yes your full name. Then I'm basically from your address.
college name.
Address will come here. I'm basically from Pandharpur. I'm basically from this place, that place. So you are going to mention your address here. Then I have completed SSC at your school name from which you have completed your SSC with percentage 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever. And HSC with science at your junior college name with percentage. Science la kiti मिळालं ते इथे लिहिणार. At present I am student of engineering with तुमची जी ब्रांच असेल ENTC, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक, सिव्हिल, मेकॅनिकल, वॉट एव्हर. ओके, सो हे ब्लँक ISS ठेवायचे नाहीये, हे तुम्हाला काय करायचे आहे, तुम्हाला फिलअप करायचे तुमच्या स्वतःची इन्फॉर्मेशन. आणि बाकी खाली क्वेश्चन आन्सर्स ऍज इट इज दिले ते बाकी तुम्ही ऍज इट इज ठेवायचे. म्हणजे जिथं जिथं तुम्हाला काही चेंज करायचं तिथं चेंज करून तुम्ही काय करायचे आहेत, तिथे काही 12 असाइनमेंट्स आहेत, यू कॅन कम्प्लीट इट. अँड देन फॉर अपलोडिंग, आता अपलोडिंग करताना काय करायचं बघा, यू पीपल विल गेट अ लिंक फॉर अपलोडिंग आणि त्या लिंक वरती यू कॅन कंबाईन 4 असाइनमेंट्स टुगेदर अँड यू कॅन मेक 1 PDF. म्हणजे समजा असाइनमेंट एक साठी तुम्ही सेपरेट करू शकता, कारण त्याचं तुम्हाला एक PPT करून ती अपलोड करायचे, त्यामुळे त्याचं PDF वेगळं येऊ शकतं. त्यानंतर राहिलेले 2, 3, 4 याचं एक PDF बनवा आणि ते अपलोड करा. त्यानंतर 5, 6, 7, 8 या असाइनमेंटचं एक PDF करायचं आणि ते अपलोड करा. आणि राहिले 9, 10, 11, 12 असं एक PDF करून ते अपलोड करायचं. म्हणजे आणि जर शक्य झालं एकाच PDF मध्ये जर होत असेल तर ते पण करू शकता, पण मग ते सिक्वेन्स वगैरे पेजेसचा व्यवस्थित येणं अपेक्षित आहे. सो राईट नाउ यू कम्प्लीट ओनली 4 असाइनमेंट्स 1 to 4. Maybe next week we people will talk about more. Any time deadline I would like to give that 1 week is sufficient for you to complete this assignment. So up to next Saturday, will you complete? Up to next Saturday?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all
Okay,
right.
I will come.
Okay, fine. So this way you people have to complete these 4 assignments. And then another important point I would like to tell, when you people are going to write down assignments, the notebook मध्ये लिहित असताना काय करायचं बघा, there is one format that I have to follow it for PC assignments. काय करायचं सगळ्यात सुरुवातीला की तुमचं इनिशियल, म्हणजे सपोज तुमचं जे काय नाव असेल त्या नावाचं इनिशियल येणार. समजा माझं इनिशियल आहे RPN. ओके, हे तुम्ही त्या पेजवरती मेन्शन करायचं. त्यानंतर इनिशियल नंतर तुमची डिव्हिजन, सपोज तुमची डिव्हिजन आहे F, सो यू आर गोइंग टू मेन्शन डिव्हिजन F. त्यानंतर तुमचा रोल नंबर येणार आहे, सपोज माय रोल नंबर इज 1, सो आय एम गोइंग टू मेन्शन समथिंग लाईक दिस, रोल नंबर 1. आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर तुमची साइन येणार आहे. ओके, आणि हे कुठे येणार बघा, यू हॅव टू राईट डाऊन ऑल दिस डिटेल्स ऑन इच पेज. नोटबुकच्या प्रत्येक पेजवरती हे यायला पाहिजे, तुमचे इनिशियल, डिव्हिजन, रोल नंबर आणि तुमची साइन. साइन ही पेननी करायची, डिजिटल साइन वगैरे नाही करायची. आलं लक्षामध्ये? सपोज माझी असाइनमेंट नंबर 2 आहे, तर 2 चे 3 पेजेस भरले, तर त्या तिन्ही पेज वरती हे येणार. हे तुम्ही पेजच्या वरती टॉपला ठेवा किंवा खाली ठेवा, कुठेही ठेवा, पेज वरती हे कुठेतरी असलं पाहिजे. कळालं?
असाइनमेंट नंबर 1 साठी नाही करता येणार ना PPT?
असाइनमेंट 1 साठी नाही करता येणार. असाइनमेंट 1 ही तुमची सगळ्यांची सेपरेट असणार आहे. प्रत्येक जण कोणी सेम टॉपिक किंवा एकमेकाच्या कॉपी नाही करायचं, किंवा इथं दिलेलं आहे ते पण नाही घ्यायचे. खूप सारे टॉपिक्स आहेत, तुम्ही चूज करू शकता. यू कॅन सर्च ऑन इंटरनेट, गुगल, युट्यूबची मदत घेऊ शकता आणि तुम्हाला PPT तयार करायची आहे. त्यामुळे 1 साठी हे नाही येणार आहे. मग राहिलेल्या 2 ते 11, 12 जे काय असतील त्यासाठी तुम्हाला हे येणार आहे. आणि हे का असणार आहे हे कोण सांगेल मला? का मी असं सांगितलं?
एकमेकाची सबमिट करू नये.
हा, एकमेकाची शक्कल करू नये, कॉपी करू नये. काय होतं मग, एक जणांनी लिहिलेलं असतं आणि मग स्टुडंट काय करतात, तेच घ्यायचं, मग ते थोडंसं कुठं तर क्रॉप वगैरे करायचं नाही, आहे असंच दुसऱ्या स्टुडंट्स काय करतात ते फॉरवर्ड करतात. मग त्या जर तुमचं नाव, तुमचं रोल नंबर आणि तुमची साइन असेल तर हे असं करता येणार नाही. त्यामुळं टू मेंटेन लेट्स से ओरिजिनल और टू बी ऑनेस्ट, आणि म्हणून हे प्रत्येक पेजवरती असणं अपेक्षित आहे. जर एखाद्या पेजवरती नसेल तर ते पेज चेक नाही होणार किंवा त्या असाइनमेंटचे मार्क्स नाही मिळणार. त्यामुळं हे प्रत्येक पेजवरती येणं अपेक्षित आहे. समजा तुमचे 11 असाइनमेंटचे 8, 10 पेजेस, 10, 12, 15 पेजेस भरले तर 15 पेजवरती हा फॉर्मॅट तुमचा येणं अपेक्षित आहे. कळालं? कुणाला कळालं नसेल तर विचारा. आय डेलिबरेटली टोल्ड इट इन मराठी सो दॅट देर शुड नॉट बी कन्फ्युजन. काय करायचं हे जर कळालंच नसेल तर इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट. सो अगेन, जर कुणाला कळत नसेल तर यू कॅन आस्क मी. So any question, any difficulty, any confusion आहे कोणाला?
नाही सर.
Okay, all right. If you find any difficulty at the time, you can contact me. You can message me on WhatsApp. I will help you there as well. So I'll stop sharing this screen and then you people will go to group discussion. Okay, fine. So we were here at this slide. So let's try to continue. We people are going to participate into group discussion. So here are some tips. Let's say do's and don'ts. So we're talking about do's. Do's means that the things that you have to follow in group discussion. So group discussion is example of oral communication. Okay, you're going to speak here. So this is called oral communication. So when we speak, so that time our voice is very important, or the tone. Actually in 1.1 we people have studied about intonation, tone and rhythm. So the same is here, that modulate the volume, pitch and tone. So we need to understand how we can use our voice, how we can change this volume, how we can change the pitch, or how we can use different tones to create impact on our listeners. So if you're going to speak your point on a particular topic which might be given to you in that group discussion, so that time you people have to use this strategy. So what is this strategy? Changing of your volume, your voice. You shouldn't be in a plain tone like a machine speaks. It shouldn't be. We are human beings and we can change the volume, we can increase volume, we can decrease, or by changing, by increasing, by decreasing volume, we can attract the attention of the people towards us. So let's say, suppose that you are going to start to your maybe any point you are going to speak in group discussion. So you can start like this, friends, and then take a short pause. So don't speak friends, I wanted to tell you something like this. So when you say friends, I wanted to tell you something, that in today's world, so something like this. So whatever your topic is there, accordingly you are going to continue, but you're going to take a pause. So when you take a pause, so that time other people become curious, or they just be attentive that what you are going to tell them. And so they will listen to you. And it is a strategy, or it is a technique that you can use in your group discussion. So such techniques, such things people need to learn, that how we can perform better in group discussion, because it's all about your opinion, your speech, your presentation, how you're doing. Based on that, you people will be selected for next round, or you people may be eliminated from this round. And if you're eliminated, that will not be fair, that will not be okay, that will not be good. So therefore we have to strive, we have to make efforts that how we can do well in group discussion, and we will be part of next round, that will be a personal interview. Okay, so that things you people follow. Then next, be considerate to the feelings of the others. So what does it mean now? So let's take an example of any group. Usually in group there are 10 candidates. Let's imagine that there is a group of 10 students who are going to participate into group discussion. So what do you think? All these 10 students are going to think in the same way, or is their opinion will be same? All 10 students will be having same opinion, is it?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
it is
Different.
not at all. Yes, you people are right, because everybody is thinking different. What I feel may not be you people also feel. What I think, your thinking may be different. What is my imagination, your imagination may be different. So these two different people are going to express different views, and when you're going to talk, you have to take care that you're not going to hurt anybody's feelings. Okay, if you're going to hurt, if you're going to be sharp, if you're going to be insulting to other people, this is not good sign of your behavior or your temperament, your nature. And if you're going to hurt anybody, it shows that you're not considerate, you're not caring for other people's feelings. So you have to consider, you can express your opinion, it can be different, but how you can express? You have to express it in a polite way. So how to be polite? You can use please, you can use the words like that, beg to differ. So beg to differ means that sorry to have different opinion, but my opinion is not like this. So you can become polite, you can use polite language, courteous language, and you can express your opinion if it is different than others. You have to express. It should not be that all others thinking in same way and only my opinion is different. So should I express it or not? I have to express it, because though it is different, but it is my opinion now. So I have to express it, but it should not hurt anybody. You should not be angry. You should not fight. You should not start quarreling with anybody. You should not shout at anybody. So this care you people have to take, because we're discussing this and we have to be formal and we have to discuss it professionally. So therefore you people have to take care about these things. Then next it says, try to get your turn. So why we have to try to get our turn? Again, same things. We people imagine the situation that there is a group of 10 students and you people have been given one topic to discuss, and the situation, if you imagine of a group discussion room, it will be like that. Everybody is trying to speak. Everybody wanted to maximum participation, maximum time I should speak. Everybody feels like this. And in such a situation, if you're thinking like this, if everybody has spoken, then I will speak. If you're thinking like this, you're not going to get a chance to speak, because these people may speak twice, thrice, or they will keep continuous talking also. And if you're thinking that I will speak, if everybody speak, their speaking is over, then I will speak, then you're not going to get a chance. So you people have to grab the opportunity to take your turn so that you can express your views. So if you're waiting, nobody will allow you. So that you people have to take care that you're going to get your turn. Or maybe if you think that the topic which is given to you, it is quite simple, or you have a lot of ideas, or you have read about it, and you can start the discussion. You can begin the discussion. You can take lead, initiate, and start the discussion of the group. Whatever the topic is given to you. So based on information content which is available to you. If you think that topic is quite difficult and I have not read much about it, or I don't know, I'm not sure that I can justify the beginning of this topic, in that case, don't take chance to start the group discussion. You can participate afterwards. If one or two candidates has spoken, then you can express your opinion if you're not sure about the content, information, knowledge you have in that case. But if you think that you have quite sufficient knowledge and you can express it in a better way, in that case, take this opportunity. And in the beginning itself, you can start the discussion. When you start in the beginning, it is an advantage because you can grab the attention of everybody in the group. You can grab the attention of the observers also. So this is a great opportunity to make impression. But if you have good knowledge and sufficient content to express, then only take a lead and start the group discussion. At other places, you try to get your turn and then express. Then next one is this: be an active and dynamic participant by listening. This is also very important. Again, you imagine the same situation that you are a group of 10 students, and let's say you people got time 15 minutes, okay, to discuss this topic, which is particular topic is given. So you people are 10 and you are getting 15 minutes. So hardly you are going to get 1 or 2 minutes for expressing your point. So in that, once you finished your point and now you think that there is nothing that you wanted to add, or you have already finished with 1 or 2 turns you have taken and you have finished your views. So that time it should not be like that. Now you're taking relaxing back, you're just sitting like this, and then you're looking here, you're looking there, you're looking at ceiling, you're looking at maybe pen, you're playing with your nails, or you're doing some things like this. You're not listening what other people or group discussion is going on, and you're not listening them. Or you may be looking at the observers, so what they're writing, how they're writing, how much marks they're giving to you. And if you're doing like these things, then it shows that you're not attentive and you're not listening to them. So what you have to do, if you've done your topic, if you've done your point, then you have to listen to each and every group member. Suppose let's say that there are other 9 members, so you have to listen all 9 members what they're saying in that group discussion. Okay, so that care you people have to take, that you have to be listening. And while listening, you have to be attentive. You can maintain eye contact. Another important thing is that you have to maintain eye contact with all group members. Okay, so how you can maintain eye contact? So suppose that if you're speaker, you're going to say something. So that time what you're going to do, you're going to maintain eye contact with remaining 9 group members. Okay, when you're speaker, you're going to maintain eye contact with remaining 9 speakers. And now, if you're in a listener's role, you have to maintain eye contact with each speaker, what he's trying to say. By maintaining eye contact, you have to just maintain eye contact and try to understand. So this care you people take, that you have to be active for this, whatever 10-15 minutes which are allotted to you. You have to be active, you have to be dynamic, you have to be eager, enthusiastic for discussion. So that care you people will take. I am sure that you will do this when actually you people will be going to participate. So don't think right now you people are in first year itself and you are going to be part of after your completion of third year. No, from today onwards you people continue this. From today onwards, you try to take more information about group discussion, interview, and so many things. What your information is possible for you, and that is on self-study. Nobody is going to teach you. I'm going to explain it because maybe this is part of curriculum syllabus in this second semester. Next year there is nothing, and you're going to forget about anything, what group discussion is and why you have to participate, or about interview techniques, something like this. It should not happen. So on your own self-study, you people have to know about group discussion and how to participate, which tips, some videos that you can watch on YouTube, some information that you can search on Google, and you have to do your self-study about these things. Then next point is here, it says talk with confidence and self-assurance. So what does it mean, talk with confidence? Because whenever you are going to talk, your body language shows that how confident you are. If you are having fear, there is nervousness, or you're not able to speak because of fear, so it shows, your body language shows that you have fear, you are nervous, and you're not confident. And if you're not confident, then again it is a negative impression. So therefore, talk with confidence. For talking with confidence, you should have knowledge. If you have knowledge, you can talk with confidence. So only practice, again can you make confident again. And self-assurance. So what it means, self-assurance? You're sure about something. Whatever you are going to say, you are confirmed that whatever I'm going to say, this is right, or this is like this. So you know it, that this is the truth, this is the knowledge, and whatever you say is right. In that case, that will be self-assurance. You're sure. So this also you people have to follow when you people will participate into group discussion. Okay, so I hope that you're understanding. Is it audible, visible, everything is fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we people will go to the next slide. Then here are some don'ts now that you shouldn't do. So what you shouldn't do? Let's see that don't engage yourself in subgroup conversation. So what does it mean? Don't engage yourself in subgroup conversation. So subgroup happens usually you people are of 10. Let's say 10 people are there, and you are going to discuss one topic, and there should be unity. Unity means that all that 10 members that are discussing only one topic, and the discussion is only one. So what happens at many times, these 10 group members, they get divided into, there are some 5, they're talking different way, and remaining 5, they're talking something else. Or out of that, there are 2, they're talking with each other, and remaining 3, they're discussing something else. So what happened here? There is subgroup conversation which may be going on. So you should not do such things. Or if you realize that at some point of group discussion, the group is getting divided and they are just maybe having subgroup conversations. So at that time, you try to point it out by addressing all group members. You just address them. Friends, I think that we are getting into subgroups, or the group is getting divided. So let's be together, let's maintain unity and discuss with one discussion. So if you're saying that, then observers will point out that yes, you are paying attention to each and everyone. You have team spirit here. You have the abilities, that team leadership is there within you. So your leadership qualities will be highlighted if you are going to say like this. And at any point of time, you come to know that group is getting divided, you are maintaining its unity, then your leadership qualities will be pointed out if you are going to point it out. So don't engage yourself, don't be part of subgroup conversation. Then next point is don't repeat and use irrelevant materials. So let's try to understand what does it mean now. So suppose that the group discussion started. So the observers or the panelists or examiner, they have announced the topic, and you people are making some notes. What points you have to speak, you're writing it on paper. So suppose that there is one point that you wrote on the paper that you wanted to speak. But see what happened, that as you are going to speak, but before you, some other group members spoke your point. So whatever you point, wrote it down here, and you wanted to speak, the same point was spoken by some other candidate here before you already. So what you should do? Should you say the same point again here? Should you say it? Reply me.
No, sir.
No,
Yes. Yes.
No, sir.
Yes, you're not going to repeat that point because it will be repetition. The same point that other candidate has expressed his opinion here and you're expressing the same opinion here. So that will be repetition. So that repetition can be avoided. Now you just cancel this point which you wrote it down that you wanted to speak here, and you can, for that you have to write down 2-3 points. It should not be only 1 point you're writing on paper. So you're making 3-4 points that you wanted to speak, that you wanted to communicate in group discussion. So you have to cancel this point and you can go to this point and you express this point there. So this way you can avoid repetition. And another is that irrelevant materials. So irrelevant material means what? That main topic is something else. So let's say example that you're talking about online education and offline education. This is the topic you are asked to discuss. And there you're talking about Indian education system. So Indian education system is like this, and there are a lot of difficulties, problems are that, and Indian education system is not useful for students. So how is it? It is irrelevant here because you're not asked about Indian education system. You're talking about online education or offline education. So you can talk about, yes, I support online education system because these are the advantages of online education system, or I support offline education system because these are the advantages of offline education system, something like this. So you have to stuck to the topic. You should not go or you should not have any diversion so that it may be irrelevant there. It is not related to the topic. So don't talk the things or the points which are not related to the topic. That care also you people can take here. Then let's go to the next point here and try to understand addressing yourself to the examiner. Okay, so what is this now? So again, let's try to imagine the sitting arrangement in a group discussion room. Usually it is a semicircle. So all the candidates, they are sitting like this. There is a semicircle. So all 10 candidates are sitting here. Okay. And from the other end, there are examiners. So let's say here are the examiners. There are 2-3. They are just observing you. Okay. So this kind of sitting arrangement usually is there for group discussion. And when you people are going to start the group discussion, these examiners, they give you some instructions in the beginning. Okay. And after they have given instructions, then they announce the topic. So the topic for today's group discussion is this, and now topic is open for discussion. So something like this they will say. And then you all 10 members, you are going to discuss this topic. So you people have to think that once the group discussion started, you should not ask anything to these observers. You don't involve them. Sir, what do you think? Sir, he's right. Sir, she's wrong. Sir, he's not fair, or this is not good. Something like you shouldn't ask anything, or you don't ask them. Sir, what do you think? Am I right? So something like this. You don't ask anything to these examiners because their task they're doing. Their task is that they're going to observe you. They're going to check your communication. They're going to check your behavior. They're going to check how you're speaking, your knowledge, etc. They're going to make some points, remarks about you on the basis of your performance in the discussion. So you don't address yourself to the examiner. Okay. And if you're doing this, then you'll be disqualified here. You'll not be called for next round. Though you might be speaking well, but you may not be called. So don't engage yourself or don't address yourself to the examiner. Don't ask them anything. If you wanted to ask anything before start of discussion, you can ask them anything about time, about anything there is doubt in your mind, you can ask before the group discussion starts. But once it is started, then you do not look at them at all. You don't pay attention to them at all. You and your group and your discussion, that should be going on. And when they ask you to conclude someone, at that time you can just take the opportunity for conclusion as well. Okay. So that you can take care about. Then we people will go to the next point. Here it says worrying about making some grammatical mistakes. For your interest, the matter you put across are important. So this is the major problem for all we students. What do we think? We think, or student think like this, that my English is not good, my grammar is not good, I cannot speak good English, my pronunciation is not good. And so if I'm thinking like this, my English is not good, my grammar is not good, my pronunciation not good, my vocabulary is not sufficient. So these thoughts prevent me from communicating in group discussion, taking part in group discussion. So the thoughts in my mind are like this, then I will not speak at all. So you don't think that what grammatical mistakes I'm going to make or what English I'm going to speak. So what is important here? What content, what matter, what point you are going to raise, that will be important. And there can be some minor mistakes. I will say minor mistakes, which can be neglected. Okay, so you have to work on your grammar, but you should not pay much attention to the grammar. Minor mistakes can be neglected, and you just think on the important points that you can raise there. Your participation will be important and your content will be important, not the grammar, vocabulary, etc. But it doesn't mean that you should neglect. You have to pay attention, but it should be minor. Okay, so work on your content, work on your the points that you are going to raise, and don't think that my English is weak. Nobody should think like this. Rather than you have to think like this, yes, I can speak English, I can communicate. Whatever thoughts are there in my mind, I can tell it to others and others can understand it in a better way. So this, if thinking is like this, you'll communicate it. So be positive, be confident and speak English. Don't hesitate, don't be afraid of English. And practice daily. Important is that if you're thinking like this, that my English is not good, I cannot speak English. If you practice daily, I'm sure that after 1 week, you will find that you can speak English and you'll get confidence. So I don't know whether I have told you or not, you have to make groups. So far you might be familiar with some of your classmates, not necessarily classmates, you can, the students from other divisions, maybe from second year, third year also, you can make groups of 5 to 6 students, and every day you have to come together. At the end of day, let's say all lectures are over and you people can come together and just organize some discussion on any topic. I may be talking later on about this as well. So you can follow this. Practice will reduce your fear. Practice will make you confident, and you can participate in the group discussion. Okay, so then we people will go to the next slide. Then on next slide it says, be assertive. So what do you mean by be assertive here? So it means that when you say be assertive, or when you are going to be assertive, so whatever you are going to say, it is the knowledge that you have, and it is honestly you are going to say, and you are saying it confidently, and whatever you are going to say, it is not going to hurt the feelings of other people, or it is not going to hurt the self-respect of other people. It means that you are not going to shout at anybody, you are not going to be angry with anyone, something like this. The next is a patient listener. I already talked about this, that when you finish your talking, suppose that two minutes you wanted to use and you have spoken for 2 minutes, and now there is nothing that you wanted to add in the discussion. So that time you have to be a patient listener. What all others are saying, that you have to listen carefully, try to understand, show your body language that you are listening. You can show that you are nodding your head, yes, okay, so you're understanding something like this, you can show it. So you can become a patient listener. Listen to another person is one way of showing appreciation. It means that you are supporting their opinion. Suppose that at any one point, some other group member has made one point and you also feel the same, you also support his point of view. So in that case, you can show it through your body language by saying, by just nodding your head. If you're just nodding your head up and down, it shows that you're supporting, so you're showing appreciation there. So such things also, such minor things, small things, but they will create great impact of your discussion. Then next point is here, that right language. So what do you mean by right language? Right language does not mean that you have to think of other languages, that Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, Urdu, something like this. Right language will be English, of course, but right language means right words. That you can choose proper words. Words can make friends, and right words at the right time make the best results. So that you have to be very choosy about the vocabulary that you people are going to use. So choosing means that you have to select simple words, and they should have a meaning, and they should be proper in that context. So such words you people have to choose. Simple sentences you people have to choose, and then you people have to express your opinion. And then here is the Next point, it says be analytical and fact oriented. So what does it mean? Analytical and fact oriented. You have to do analysis. So analysis of what? About any social issue or something like this. So you have to find out its percentage, its numbers, categories, proportions, some results are there. Then you can get it from a newspaper, publications, or books that you're reading from internet. You're going to get it. So let's say if you're talking about rainfall, so you should know how percentage rainfall is there, in which area it is raining more, in which area it is raining less. Last year, how much was rain, or if it is trees, pollution, population, or crime, etc. So topics may be something, anything can be. So you should know some statistics, you know some data, you know some kind of percentage, proportion, graphs, something like this. So that kind of analysis you should have, so that you can present it in your discussion. So it is necessary to make relevant points which can be supported with facts and analyzed logistically. So facts and figures you try to be express in your discussion. It should not be only words, it should not be only opinions, it should not be only statements. But with statement, you should just add something with statistics, some figures, some numbers, some percentage, some proportion, something like this. You people have to add in your presentation. Okay, so today we will stop here. That is all. Remaining part we'll discuss, and in next class probably we will conduct one mock group discussion also. So will you people be ready for mock group discussion? Should we conduct a group discussion in our class in the last 10 minutes?
Okay, sir.
In next class we people will take one mock group discussion. So should I declare topic right now, or topic you people can choose a simple topic, or should I announce it at the time of discussion itself in next class? Okay, so initially we'll choose topic so that you people can prepare something on it. So topic will be again simple, that online education or offline education, what is better? So this will be topic. So people just try to search, go through different sources, and you can use your own experiences, because you people have attended some classes offline as well, and you are going to attend some classes online also. So what is your experience when you were attending classes offline, and what is your experience now when you're attending classes online? So what advantages, what disadvantages, and something like this. So people try to collect information, and you people try to speak in next class. That will be fine for all of us. So we'll stop here. We have to confirm attendance. So let me see if the students are present, all students are present, or someone is absent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1 to 10 all present. Then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16 is not there. 17, 18, 19, 20. So in 1 to 20, 16 is absent. And 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 is not there. 27, 28, 29, 30. So in 21 to 30, 26 is not there. Then 31 is also not there. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So in 31 to 40, 31 is absent. Then 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49 is not there. So in 41 to 50, 49 absent. Then 51, 52 is not there. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So in 51 to 60, 52 is not there. And then 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 is not there. 69, 70 and 71. So absent numbers are 16, 26, 31, 49, 52 and 68. Is anyone present out of these numbers? Okay, all right. So thanks for joining today, and you can join next class. We'll meet in next class with discussion. Important is that we will discuss this topic. Remaining a few slides are there. Remaining some tips are there. We will discuss in next class. So should I end this meeting from my side?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.